Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very
much. Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another episode of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty. We need answers. I welcome you joining us live in living color. If you're watching the replay of this live, I welcome you as well. Come on in. Grab a plate. I have some food that I want to serve you. Some food for thought. Come on in. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Double salute to all of the Roll the Tape film crew supervisors, also known as the members of this channel. Double salute to all of my day ones. Appreciate y'all being here right now. Come on in. Yeah, we're going to start it off real quick. You know, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. But I do have a question, though. And I would like to receive an answer. We're going to split this up in two parts. This part one for the day. Then in a couple of days, we're going to put part two out there live. Yeah, come on in. There's a lot of controversy surrounding this topic. A lot of people get real sensitive over the topic. I figured I'd ask, will Terence Crawford's performance be enhanced versus Canelo Alvarez since he is with Victor Conte in the SNAC program? Figured I asked. Let's talk about it. Now, we know this is another segment of Nip It in the Bud, but I figured I asked. This is part one. We're going to come out with part two in a few days. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Let's have an open dialogue about it. Why not? I mean, it's just a question. I mean, for some apparent reason, right? For some apparent reason, That's what it sounds like when I talk about this topic. Like for some of you ain't gonna find this nowhere else. No, seriously, for some apparent reason, I don't know why it sounds like when I bring up like snack or like the snack fighters, like especially if they're black, like Terence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? Like Devin Haney. We're gonna do a segment on him next because Devin Haney has a fight coming up in November, right? But we got time for that. But it just seems like when I mention snack, you see what I'm saying? It sounds like why does it sound like that? Like why does it sound like a whole bunch of criminals running from a bank robbery? Like when I bring that up, when I bring up that topic, when I speak on it, when I say the word snack, or when I mention anything about Victor Conte, if I say anything about snack fighters, it's almost like certain people, I don't know, like Terence Crawford fans, Devin Haney fans. I don't know what it is. Certain boxers that's retired. I don't know what it is. It's like when I mention that, it's like it's like people act like the police is coming to chase them down. Like law enforcement officers are hunting them down in a high speed chase or something. Why do everybody run from me when I talk about that? I'm not a law enforcement officer, but it seemed like when I bring that topic up, when I say the word snack or the words snack program, or when I even tell y'all that it works, snack works, it seemed like certain people wouldn't like they get the running, man. They get the ducking and hiding for some reason. I don't know why. Like why? It's like when they hear that. It's like when they hear that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out what is the problem. Why? Why does it sound like sirens are playing in the background when I bring that topic up? Double salute to all of the members of the channel and supervisors of the Roll to Tape film crew that's in the live chat. Like, why does it sound like that? I just want to know. It's just, I mean, it's just certain questions I like to ask. And most of the questions that I ask, they're thought provoking. So I figured I asked. The link is pinned to the top of the chat, by the way, too. Yeah. Yeah, it's pinned to the top. I flew the kite out. I just want to know why, what is the problem when I bring that up? Like people get so angry sometimes. I don't know. It's like when I bring it up, like some people be ready to like scream. They be so angry, so mad, like stop talking about this, manager Marty. Would you stop? Oh man, yo, it be just I don't know what's going on, man. I just want to know: will Terence Crawford's performance be enhanced in this fight with Canelo? I want to know: is it? Will it be? We know it has been in the last four fights he's been with Victor Conte since 2021. I mean, it's no secret. But I've been highly criticized, right, I've been highly criticized after the Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight when I first started bringing this up, right? And people were saying, Manager Marty, you been wasn't saying this beforehand. What you wait so long for to bring this up? Terence Crawford was on SNAC since he fought Sean Porter. But you didn't say anything. And then when I told the people while I was waiting, I was I was I I was waiting. I use a 3-fight formula for certain athletes. And it just so happens that Canelo Alvarez had nothing to do with this part. But I'm talking about when Terence Crawford was scheduled to fight Errol Spence Jr. That was his third fight under the SNAC program. Y'all remember that? Right. So since that was his third fight, and I was adopting the method that Victor Conte used on other fighters, I figured we can possibly see whether or not this theory works. The theory is the 3-fight theory. You know, sort of like that 3-fight theory I used with Brian Norman Jr. But since Brian Norman Jr. is not with Victor Conte or the SNAC program, you won't hear a lot of my detractors. You won't hear none of my spies. You won't hear none of my haters bring that up. They won't say, well, Manager Marty isn't biased because he said that Brian Norman Jr.'s performance was enhanced in his last fight against Jensen Saki. You won't hear people bring that up, right? They won't say that they heard me speak on that literally a half hour after he knocked out Jensen Saki on a Thursday morning in Japan. You know what they're gonna keep bringing up? Man, you only talk about Terence Crawford. Man, you only talk about Devin Haney because they're black. And you know that's a lie. Because I've been talking about all the fighters when I see and notice that their performance is enhanced, right? So I figure, hey, it's the third fight. Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. Let's get it in. Let's see. And time again, I keep proving to y'all that the SNAC program works. Where's a Terence Buck Crawford fan when you need him? This is our nip it in the bud segment. And I just have a question. Will Terence Crawford's performance be enhanced versus Canelo Alvarez? I mean, some people criticize me for not bringing this up before Terence Crawford fought Errol Spence, finding every excuse in the book to not answer my questions. So since that was a part of the criticism, let's see if it fares well now for Terence Crawford fans. I just want to know, will his performance be enhanced in this fight versus Canelo? I mean, feel free to click the link. I mean, it's just a question. It's funny how I never get any. Let me show my face because I do want the people to see me when I say this part. It's funny to me that every time I ask a question, especially regarding this subject matter, I never get my questions answered. I don't get it. I mean, when I ask certain questions, I don't get the questions answered. Like, for example, if the SNAC fighters were already good, and some of them were world champions, and most of them were undefeated before they went over to Victor Conte in the SNAC program, what did they call him for? Why did they go over there? I'm still waiting for someone to answer that question. I'm talking about a legitimate answer, not the answer that Victor Conte gave me when he was here, when I asked him directly. Because the answer that he gave was insufficient. The answer that he gave, I'm going to play the tape if you challenge me. You know I got it queued up right here waiting for somebody to say, no, he didn't say that. He said, money. And then he asked me, don't you like money, Marty? Money. That's the reason why they call money. I pay for their hotel rooms. Okay. I pay to sponsor them. Okay. No problem. But remember when I posted that super chat up of Mr. Gregory Quarterbomb, right? You remember that? Let me see if I got that cute. Oh, let me see. Let me cue that up too, just in case somebody challenge me. Okay, good. I just queued it up. So if somebody challenge me and say that Victor Conte didn't say what I'm about to say, I have it right here. I'll play it. I'll play it for you. Y'all remember when Mr. Greg asked through a super chat, who called who? Who contacted who? Victor Conte. Did you contact Bud Crawford for him to come to join you with SNAC, or did he call you? I played that a couple days ago when Mr. Greg was up here. Some of y'all was here, right? Victor Conte said Terence Crawford called him. But it was what he said before Terence Crawford called him directly. It was the fact that Victor Conte said, his words, not mine, that a member of Terence Crawford's team, a representative, called him first and asked him if SNAC, Victor Conte, and Terence Crawford can agree to a sponsorship deal. A mere small, measly $50,000 sponsorship deal. And Victor Conte said that was a ridiculous amount. And he declined and said no. And then he said that Terence Crawford called him after that and said, this is Terence. You don't have to sell me on anything. I know exactly what it is that you do. I know your history. I want in with SNAC. I'm just going, but hey. That's what Victor Conte said. Don't get mad at me. That's what he said. I had the tape queued up if you challenge me. I will play it. So all I'm saying is that if this is the reason why, money, it should be no reason why people don't want to answer the question. I want to hear everybody's answer. Everybody that was on SNAC, their answer should be congruent with Victor Conte's at some point. Now, they all have different reasons, but all of them should somehow say money. In let's say they got 3 reasons why. One of them better be money, because that's what Victor said. I think I have a general idea of why, me personally. But I'd rather for them to tell us, so it won't be a mere assumption. That's all I'm saying. But for today, I just want to know. For today, I just want to know. Will Terence Crawford's performance be enhanced versus Canelo Alvarez? Double salute to my guy, Jeremy Austin. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate your support, man, and warming up the air fry. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the roller tape film crew. It's just a question. You know, I don't ask for much. I mean, I really don't. Okay, now I don't want my outfit to throw anybody off. Okay? It's legit. I am an official Dallas Cowboys fan. Don't worry about where I'm born and raised at. Yes, you already know I'm born and raised in the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. But I am not a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and never was and never will be. And I hope tonight the Philadelphia Eagles was about to come to him from the Dallas Cowboys. I'll save that for another. How about maybe tonight? I'll say that for tonight. Yeah. You know, I've been getting criticized for that since I was born. I don't know. But all I'm saying is this. Will Terence Crawford's performance be enhanced? Now, Dean, I hear you in the live chat, brother. Double salute to Dean by any means. Double salute to Two Cents Boxing. They're both content creators. Now, Dean said, I'm going to put it up there. Bam, that's what Dean said. Boom, that's Dean. Now, Dean is from Philly. Everybody knows that. That's no secret. He's from Philly. And Dean's my guy. And Dean have told y'all I'm his guy. But Dean said, and you from Philly, I'm disappointed. Now, Dean is disappointed in me. And I get it, Dean. But like they say in the old days, don't take this whooping personal. What movie was that? Harlem Nights? Yeah, when the bull kept stuttering? Yeah. Don't take it personal, Dean. Yeah, the Cowboys got something for you Eagle fans tonight. Now, I'm just telling you what they got for you. We know the Eagles are a better football team. We get that. I understand. I know people hanging their hats on the fact that, Michael Parsons is not. Don't worry about it. I get it. Super Bowl champions, respect to them. Always going to give respect and credit where it is due. But if any of these Eagles fans think y'all going to dominate the Cowboys tonight, that's not going to happen. I've been hearing all week, oh, man, Eagles going to blow the Cowboys out by 40. They're going to put a 40 burger up. No, they're not. I just want to make sure we clear on that. It's no different from Terence Crawford fans saying that Terence Crawford is going to dominate Canelo. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, everybody should have their opinion. All I'm saying is about Terence Crawford. Will his performance be enhanced? That's it. I just want to know, will his performance be enhanced in this fight versus Canelo? It's just a question. Shout out, man. P Flame, what up, big dog?
Peace, my man. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, P Flame. How you been, brother?
Maintaining, man. I just had to look at the topic that you put up there about the enhancements, you know, a week prior to what's going to take place to what you presented to the world.
Yeah, the floor is yours, P Flame. What it do, homie? Talk to the people. What you got for us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, talk. I mean, what do you have for us? I mean, it's just a question. I mean, some people get scared when I talk about this topic for some reason. I don't know what people be scared to talk about this for. I don't know why I'm being insulted when I bring it up. I don't know, but I just trying to figure out, you know, will Terence Crawford's performance be enhanced against Canelo? It's just a question.
Well, you know, to go back to the knowledge that you gave us from these past 2.5 years, I mean, it's really irrefutable evidence for somebody to try to refute what you're saying. That's why the Terence Crawford fans have not come up there yet to give you the answer to your question why they went over there. I think that Bud is going to carry the fight like he did with the David Avanesian, and I think that he's going to hit Canelo with some stuff and knock him out. I really think that's what's going to. I really think that's what's going to happen. I had a dream last night that Bud had Canelo battered and bruised, and the last vision that I had was the same thing with Spence, my man from New York. You know what I mean? Would tell you the same thing. He said, "Man, you called that." I had a dream that Spence was bloodied and bruised, and I said that was a nightmare for me because I wanted Spence to win, and that actually happened. I really think what's going to happen that Bud is going to have Canelo. He's going to carry the fight for a certain amount of rounds, like he did with the David Avanesian fight, around the 6th or 7th round. I think that he's going to knock Canelo out, bro. I
You
do.
see, you see how I'm looking at you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're on record with this. This is live. You're saying that Terence Crawford, in your opinion, is going to knock Canelo out?
Yes.
You're not even a Bud fan, though.
I'm not. But I think Bud is going to knock. I think Bud, with the amount of evidence that you presented factually, facts over feelings, and you said you were ringside. I think you told one of them brothers that you seen that his performance was enhanced when you were ringside. You seen that. You know what to look for. None of us knew what to look for until you came and brought this evidence to us. We don't know what to look for. You know what to look for. And I've learned this from you. And I had that dream last night, the same way I had the dream about Spence. My man, we can call him later. He'll tell you, like, man, he called that a week in advance and said that Spence was, I said, I had a nightmare. He said, what? Because he's a Bud Crawford fan, and I wanted Spence. And I told him, I said, hey, Spence was bloody. And he started laughing. He said, man, that's just a dream. And then when it happened and it came into fruition, I'm like, man. And then that's when I got familiar with your work. And you have been calling this out for years about this guy. He's going to carry the fight and he's going to knock Canelo.
I mean, I ain't never go that far to say he going to knock Canelo out. That would be a crazy. I will say this, Shahid. I appreciate the fact that you're one of the few guys who have come up on this platform and have given me credit for the 15 and a half years of research that I've conducted, very extensive research that I've conducted on Victor Conte, on Alex Ariza, and Memo Heredia, and the fighters that they had in their stable. Their fighters' performances have been enhanced. I mean, that's just what that is. I'll give you an example. When we talk about Memo Heredia, most people, you might have to mute your phone, Shahid. I hear a lot of echo. When it comes to Memo Heredia, most people don't remember this, but Memo Heredia was working with Juan Manuel Marquez for the last fight between Marquez versus Pacquiao. And everybody saw when he took off his robe and everything, his shirt and everything. Marquez, you seen what his physique looked like. But not only that, the results that we saw was that Marquez knocked Manny Pacquiao out cold, unconscious, with one punch. We see Memo Heredia been working with David Benavidez, and we've seen the results. David Benavidez's fights. We see Alex Ariza working with Marcos Maidana. We've seen the results, even in the fight with him fighting Broner. We've seen the results when Alex Ariza was with Pacquiao for all them years. We've seen when Pacquiao was scheduled to fight Brandon Rios, and they were appointed to be tested right after Alex Ariza got fired by Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao. He went over to the camp of Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios tested positive for a banned substance while he had Alex Ariza in his corner. Now, fast forward to Victor Conte. These are the three men that I've done research on, right? Fast forward to Victor Conte. We've seen the results from the fighters that work with him. Let's just stick on Terence Crawford since that's what we're talking about. Terence Crawford. When he fought David Evanesian, Terence Crawford did something that he's never done. And not one fight before he fought David Evanesian in December of 2022. He knocked David Evanesian out cold, unconscious, with one punch. When I say that people's performances are enhanced, like you said, Shahid, thank you for that. for giving me my flowers on that. I know what I'm looking at. Illegal or legally, I'll let the experts deal with that part. I don't know. But I know one thing's for sure and two things for certain. I know when a professional boxer's performance is enhanced. And thank you for also pointing out, Shaheed, that nobody knew what to look for. Nobody was interested in this topic. And nobody was more knowledgeable about the subject matter of SNAC, performance enhancement, etc. before I got here on YouTube 2.5 years ago. But it has now become the most popular topic and subject matter on YouTube in the boxing community. So all I'm saying, we can deal with it now before the fight. I was going to wait until after. No. We can deal with it now. We don't have to wait no more. I've done enough education. Slice after slice after slice, clip after clip after clip. And I have to say this. I've made people believers that didn't even believe me at first. The same people that were criticizing me, and they wasn't doing it out of malice or being mean to me. Some people were, but I'm talking about the real ones that just genuinely wanted to know, why am I talking about this? This don't sound right. Saying that Terence Crawford's performance was enhanced after he beat Errol Spence. I made people believe. The people that didn't believe, the people that was like, man, I don't think you should be doing. I made them finally believe, because now they've been educated and they understand what I've been talking about all of this time, even though it wasn't popular to talk about it. I mean, I've endured a lot of criticism. I've endured a lot of insults, but I stood 10 toes down. When other people apologized, oh man, we apologize, Terence Crawford. You beat Errol Spence. We apologize to you. We chose you to lose. We thought you were going to lose. We apologize. I've heard content creators apologize, Shaheed, not me. Apologize for so you mean to tell me Dallas Cowboys is playing the Eagles tonight? And if the Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys tonight, I'm supposed to go on social media and say to the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm sorry. I thought that you were going to lose against my favorite team. When do we ever start apologizing in sports? We don't do it for no other sports, and we didn't do it for no other fighter. So why all of a sudden we got to do that for Terence Crawford? All I'm saying is this. Is his performance going to be enhanced against Canelo? Let's get it all in the open now. Ain't nobody got to wait until after it's over. I want to talk about it now, because this is the nip it in the bud segment. And this is only part one, Deem. Part two will be here in a few more days. But we have Deem here. Deem, what's going on, brother? Talk to me.
I just want to say I agree. And you know who else in performance going to be enhanced?
Hey, Deem, before you say it, turn your hat around. That look like an Eagles hat, bro. I know we from Philly, but come on, Deem. Come on, Deem.
Since
Go
we
ahead,
talking
man.
about performances being enhanced, I want to know, I want to tell you who else performance is going to be enhanced today. You know, that Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, Saquon Barkley. Y'all know that young man. He from PA too. Those them PA boys. You know what I'm talking about? Jahad Campbell. Well, he grew up an Eagles fan, and he already hate the Cowboys. Manager Marty, you know what? You said we don't apologize. Well, I'm going to apologize in sports today. I'm going to apologize for what we about to do to y'all. I'm going to apologize for you because you my brother. And I hate to bring sadness on to you. You and KO, I really feel bad for y'all brothers. And y'all going to get a text later today. Don't worry about it. It's okay. But as far as Terence Crawford, we all know his performance is going to be enhanced. That's what Victor Conte told us. I don't even know why people even argue this anymore, Manager Marty, or try to have a discussion with you about it. Because that's what it says on the SNAC program. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what Mr. Greg could tell me. That's what it's supposed to do.
You talking about right here? You talking about this on your screen, Dean?
I'm just saying. I mean, it's right there, live
The
and
last
direct.
the last two words say enhanced performance. That's what it say right there.
And build muscle and lose fat. Lord have mercy. You know, so of course. But this is my thing, though, Manager Marty. And I know this is something that me and you. I don't think that Canelo, Bud's going to be the only person whose performance will be enhanced September 13th. I just want to make sure that we clear on that. Have y'all seen Canelo lately? He in the best shape I've seen Canelo in the last 6 to 7, 8 years, ain't he? I think Canelo know what's on the line for this fight as well. Can't wait to see it, man. I think it's going to be an amazing event. Both fighters, in my opinion, got a lot to prove. And Manager Marty, I thought it was a cherry pick at first for Canelo. Until we seen the buildup of this fight. And all I've been hearing is Bud Crawford is going to win and knock people out, brothers. That's all I've been hearing.
Yes.
So then now that that's the situation, it can't be a cherry pick. No, it seems like Bud Crawford maybe in Vegas, Canelo's the favorite, but in the boxing community, I can't say Canelo Alvarez is the favorite. And you got people saying he's going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Shahid believes that that he will be knocked out. He believes that Terence Crawford is going to knock out Canelo Alvarez.
Lord have Shahid, talk to me, brother. Why you feel that way?
Well, the evidence that Manager Marty has presented, same as what you said. We've seen this irrefutable evidence. Who has come to the forefront and to the panel to come to debunk him? He has called out every content creator, and you witnessed that. And let me give you an apology too, my brother, because there was a misunderstanding, Dean, that was in the text prompt. That wasn't meant for you. That was meant for another brother. And I don't know how it went to you. I don't know if I misclicked it. There was something that was wrote. That wasn't meant for you, my brother, because I told him to tell you, like, hey, that was meant for another dude that came in. I don't know if it was a troll, but that definitely wasn't meant for you, my brother. I wanted to put that on the line while we were on here talking. That definitely wasn't meant for you. That was meant for another troll on there. But I think that due to the evidence that's been presented to us of being educated from Manager Marty on this topic, we know what to look for, as in we didn't know what to look for before. Now, if you go back to all the fights that he has said previously about Bud ain't never had one knockout power punch ever. In none of his fights, he done things like he said, Deshaun Porter knocked him down, knocked David Avanesian out with one punch cold. He was on the canvas for maybe 3 to 4 minutes. He has never done that before. And it was just the way that Bud was moving prior to the Spence bout. He said that, soon as Spence beat Ugas, he said, no more excuses. Let's make this fight happen. No more side of the street. You know what I mean? No more excuses. Let's make this fight happen. And then in the midst of negotiations, you go off and fight David Avanesian, in which Manager Marty had educated me on the fact that David Avanesian already had a fight prior to Bud fighting him.
Mm-hmm.
Look how he's
scheduled fight.
A scheduled fight that you said was in the UK, correct?
Yeah.
Why are you moving like that, bud? If you had, and then go back to the question that Manager Marty said, man, if you the best trainer and you the best fighter, name a time that Floyd Mayweather ever needed a Victor Conte in his camp. What did Floyd say? If you the best, take the test, right? A little bit of blood and a little bit of urine. Where's the same even playing field with Bud Crawford and his camp with other fighters? What you think, Ding?
I'm gonna be real, bro. I cannot disagree with nothing that you said. Only reason why I don't think that Terence Crawford gonna knock him out is because Canelo Alvarez got Mimo and Reynoso and all of those guys over there. And Canelo definitely got a great chin. So, and from Bud Crawford's last fight, see, that's the thing, Shahid. It's not even I saw you versus Madrimov, okay? I know it. I know Bud fans want me to see something I ain't see. Should I believe Bud fans or my lying eyes? I might be getting cataract, Shahid. I'm not sure. I might be getting cataract. But what I saw at 154, Because remember, everybody was saying Bud was going to knock him out. It was actually more people were certain he was going to knock out Madrimov than they was that he going to knock out Canelo Alvarez. And I watched the fight, and I saw Terence Crawford realize in the first couple of rounds he was going to be getting hit with that straight right. And I saw he made no adjustments to not get hit with that punch. All he did that guaranteed him to win, if y'all remember that fight, it was close to all the way up to round 9, I believe, Manager Marty. Then after that, Bud Crawford won every round clearly at the end. Madrimov still was getting those punches off, but Bud was finding the weaknesses in Madrimov's defense at that point, and where his athleticism, the talent, the experience, all of that took over, and we got to solve it in real time. So, if I'm going off of, I know people want me to put Bud in a time chamber and act like I got other proof that I don't got. All I got proof of is his last fight. And if that Terence Crawford fights Canelo Alvarez, he's not going to win. And if he do win, he definitely not knocking him out. Like, that's just you. And if it happens, like Manager Marty says, Lord have mercy, Shaheed, it better not happen. Because if that happens to a guy that for Kogolev, Triple G, Bivol, Cotto, Jacobs, Laura. Do y'all see what Laura's been doing at 160? Have y'all seen what Laura's been doing? Never mind. All I know is if that part happens, and guess what? This gonna get even worse for y'all. If Canelo Alvarez knock him out, I'm gonna feel the same exact way because
I ain't gonna feel nothing. Cause I'm the most controversial. The reason why I say, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna tell you because that's something that I'm accustomed of seeing Canelo do against guys that are bigger than him. Like Kovalev was a couple of pounds bigger than him, but Terence Crawford should be naturally smaller than him. So to me, I'm not going to give Canelo no credit for knocking out a naturally smaller guy in Bud. Like for example, I didn't give Canelo credit for knocking out Amir Khan. I am definitely not saying that Amir Khan and Terence Crawford are on the same talent level. That's not what I'm talking about. Their size disadvantage that they had, more so for Khan. I mean, Khan came from 147. He shouldn't have never really been all the way up there to fight Canelo. But it was a good bag, and he got knocked out cold. I'm used to seeing Canelo do that, like to him. To what's my boy name from Texas? Oh man, Kirkland, James Kirkland.
Didn't he stop Caleb Plant? Didn't Canelo stop Caleb Plant too?
I think he stopped. I think he dropped him first. Then the referee waved that fight off.
Yeah. So
and Caleb Plant was on the SNAC program too.
So
but he was naturally smaller than Canelo. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is when I see Canelo knock guys down or look, he knocked Berlinger down. And Berlinger's a big guy. Berlinger's a big guy.
Berlinger taller than me, Manager Marty, and got more weight on him than even I got. So he's a big dude.
He's a big dude. Yeah, he's a big dude, but he knocked him down. So if Canelo knocked Bud down or knock him out, I don't see him knocking him out. Me personally, I don't see either one of these guys getting the knockout. But it can it's boxing. Anything can happen.
I got a question. Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
No, go talk to me.
Okay. Remember, Dean, you had said something earlier that caught my attention because you said that Bud and the Madrimov fight started to take off in the 9th or the 10th round. Ain't that what you said? Was it? Okay. Manager Marty, can you correct my memory? When that spike and that burst comes from those SNAC fighters, is it the 3rd, the 6th, the 9th? Yeah. And it's what rounds are they? Can you clarify that one more time for the record while we on here?
Yes. And I also have to say this. I did a video and I named and put out the box rec. So it wasn't just my words. It was box rec. You saw the rounds that these resurgences happened. I gave you the names of the opponents of these fighters that's on SNAC. Shakur Stevenson, Clarissa Shields, Terence Crawford, Devin Haney, Demetrius Andrade, Bam Bam Rodriguez, Victor Ortiz, and you will notice rounds 1, rounds 2, rounds 3, round 6, rounds 9, and round 10. There's a resurgence in the power of these SNAC fighters. And if you go back and look at all those rounds with those fighters, you're going to find there's certain fights that they was in with the SNAC program that the power resurgence happens. Round 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 10. And you heard it first, live and living color right here.
He knocked Sean Porter out in the 10th round, or didn't he drop? Didn't he stop Sean Porter?
Round number 10.
See,
and he knocked David Evanesian out in round number 6. Don't let me keep going. Devin Haney, he knocks down Regis Prograis. Round number 3. Don't let me continue. Terence Crawford knocked down Errol Spence. Round number 2 and stopped him in round number 9. I mean, I can go on and on. I can go. Clarissa Shields. She TKO. I forgot the white woman's name. She TKO her in the 2nd round. And we seen what Shakur Stevenson did when he dropped Valdez. I mean, I can go on and on with these guys.
It's necessary because that way they can't go back on their word and try to say, you're conspiracy theorists. You prove everything. These is truth in numbers. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. And the numbers, that's why when Dean said that earlier about the Madrimal fight, I wanted to make sure that I had those rounds clarified to where the energy spikes, where they get that burst of energy. I wanted to go back so we can come back and you can roll the tape like you always do. These dudes, you have to roll the tape on those that are fake. And you have to roll the tape on those that love hate. You know what I mean? So when you do that, these dudes cannot refute any factual evidence that you said prior to the fight like you're doing now. And that's why when Dean said that he started to take off in the 10th round, my Rolodex was like, was that one of the rounds that manager Marty had, did the video on the rounds
yes.
I think Spence got dropped in the 2nd round.
It was really round 9 too, for real. It was really round 10, round 11, round 12. Those was the rounds, but you could kind of clearly give him those rounds. If y'all remember, because the first 8 rounds was kind of close. First 7, 8 rounds was very close. Remember, we was kind of like, yo, Bud, what's going on? And then he turned up at the end, and that's why he got the unanimous decision. If everybody memory serves him correct, that's how that fight went. You know what I'm saying? Because we thought once Bud started turning up, we thought he should have had him out of there already. And you seen Bud and I give Bud one thing. Bud does something that a lot of fighters that aren't capable of. When the pressure get hot, Bud knows when to turn it up.
Yeah.
I got to give Bud that. He didn't, what Gervonta Davis could have did, if y'all watched this last fight, those same exact rounds, he had an opportunity to turn it up on Lamont Roach. He didn't do it. And what was the one thing Gervonta Davis said? I ain't turn it up when I was supposed to. Bud never really has that problem. So if he sees an opportunity or sees that it's getting a little too close and he has to pull away, he's very capable of doing that. And that's one thing I think separates Bud from a lot of other fighters. David Benavidez is good at that too. He's another one as well. If y'all notice, David Benavidez gets stronger as the fight goes on. The later rounds, it'd be more clear for those two fighters. Those two fighters specifically, I can say in the later rounds, normally it seems like that's when the fight starts being clear in a way. So even if you was doing good up until that point, it's going to be hard to beat them on the scorecards because you was just doing good up until that point. But then when you get into round 9, around 10, 11, 12, and they turning up on you like that, and it looks like it's a difference, they're going to give it to the bigger name fighter all the time. And deservedly so. I can't even act like it's not deservedly so either. Like, same thing he did with Sean Porter and things like that. So, because I honestly feel like he was, I don't know how y'all feel, but I feel like he kind of carried Errol Spence to the 9th round. I feel like Bud could have got him out of there a little bit quicker how things was looking. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? So
that's wild that he says that, because I was thinking that too. Like, do you think that he's carrying these fights like with the surge and power? So when manager Marty presented the evidence, do you think that to not make it obvious that he's carrying the fight like
I
he
don't
did
think
with
so.
Spence?
I
You
mean,
know?
he may have carried Spence. I don't know, but I don't think he's intentionally just carrying every single fighter.
Yeah.
Because they still in there fighting now.
Mhm.
Like for example, Shakur Stevenson. Remember Josh Padley. He TKO'd him after he dropped him 3 times. And what round was that? 9th round. Don't forget when Shakur fought Yoshino. He TKO'd him 6th round. Don't forget when he TKO'd Jamel Herring. What round was that? 10th round. See, I'm not making this stuff up. These are things that anybody can go to these fights and look at these rounds. Round 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 10. And you see that the SNAC fighters, there's a power resurgence.
Man, I got a question. Something just rattling my brain, brother, because you are one of the most intelligent guys I know. Thorough, the whole nine. And you see stuff before everybody else sees stuff, right?
That's why you call me 007.
Well, I call you 007. You be everywhere. You into everything. How don't you see in 30 years that your team ain't it, Manager Marty? I mean, how don't you see that? Like I'm confused, brother. You gotta enlighten me.
That's Jerry Jones.
And roll a tape. Because right now I'm rolling the tape. I got 30. Manager Marty, last time y'all won, I was watching cartoons and my Superman draws on Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Manager Marty, I don't know how you can't foresee that, man. It's been 30 years, brother.
I can see. Now, let me tell you what I can see. I can see, and guess what? I'm cool with Eagles fans, celebrating this stuff because y'all earned it. 2 Super Bowls. Well, 3 appearances and 2 of them that you won in the last 5 years. That's something to celebrate. But I want to tell you what I do see. I do see the fact that before last season, from the last time you won a Super Bowl, from the 2018-2019 season, up until last year, you only made the playoffs once. I just want to make sure we know what I saw there. I'm going to tell you something else that I saw. I saw Darius Slay. He's not there anymore. Brandon Graham, he's not there anymore. Fletcher Cox, he's not there anymore. Milton Williams, he's not there anymore. Did I say Brandon Graham already?
Josh Sweat.
Oh, I said Brandon Graham. That was the other one. Josh Sweat, he's not there anymore. And Bradbury, even though Bradbury's not a big top cornerback, he's not there anymore.
You're right.
But because those guys are not there anymore, you know what else I see? I see that Dak Prescott, who has been 5 wins, 1 loss in the last 6 times he played the Eagles, I see that he's going to destroy your secondary tonight. He's going to cut y'all to pieces. And nobody on your team. And I like that white guy. He's a really good shutdown corner.
That's my guy.
McGee. Oh, I like that guy. Nickel cornerback. Mm-hmm. We got something for him tonight. His name is George Pickens. Watch out for him tonight. I see all of this happening tonight, team. I might not be there to see it 30 years, but I see it tonight. I see it tonight.
Manager Marty, this is sad. You remind me of Boxing Hacker and the Frequent Flyer, right?
Oh, you can't compare me to them knuckleheads. Them jokers ain't.
All
jokers,
right,
so wrong with them jokers, man.
Let me tell you this. You want to know what I see? Manager Marty? I see a defensive line that ain't got Michael Parsons. Y'all secondary, Hooker and Bland. Bland got his bread, but they injury prone. And y'all don't even want Diggs on the team. Jerry,
no, I don't want not tonight. I don't want Diggs to play tonight. He's
linebackers. I don't even know who they are. But good luck though, because like I said, you got to deal with that O-line. And guess what? We run the ball and move the clock so much, Manager Marty. Let me tell you what's going to happen. You ain't going to have to worry about that defense. Y'all offense ain't going to be on.
Yo, I give it to the Philadelphia.
But George Pickens scare me today. He scares me.
Who?
Our second corner, Adoree Jackson versus
Rigo. The guy, what's his name? Rigo?
Yeah, no, he's done. He's on the bench. He got
they're not starting him.
Oh no, man.
Oh, okay.
Did you see what the Jamar Chase did to that boy? He got to go to the bench after that. Yeah, he's on the bench. I'm nervous about that because I ain't gonna lie. CD Lamb and Pickens and Ferguson, they some bad boys.
Listen, you brought up Ferguson, so I'm giving credit to Goddard. Dallas Goddard. I can't. He's a problem. He's a problem. I'm not saying we're gonna win. I'm not saying that. I'm being a realist. But we're not going to get blown out tonight. We're not laying down for the Eagles, and it's going to be a barn burn. We're gonna slug it out tonight. It ain't gonna be no y'all think y'all gonna run up on us. That ain't gonna happen.
Well, for y'all's sakes, Mr. Manager Marty, I hope so, brother. I hope so. Because could you imagine how it's going to be on Friday morning after letting Micah Parsons go and we beat y'all by 30 or 40? Then Jerry going to have to get up there and say, it's going to be all right. We got our team. It's Jerry World. And we're going to have picks for the future. I believe in Dax. Believe in the team and the organization, the same stuff, every year, the stuff Devin Haney fans say and stuff like that, man. It's all good, though, brother. But I will tell y'all this: everybody get prepared. We'll be throwing another parade in Philadelphia to be happening.
Not this year, you won't.
It'll be happening.
Not this year, you won't.
February. You know what I mean, y'all? And I just want y'all to get prepared. I know everybody got hope today, Shaheed. Everybody got hope in the team, and everybody's 0-0. But last time I checked, we still got that offensive line. Saquon Barkley, who was ranked the #1 player by his peers, Shaheed. Not the media, the peers. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard, until somebody can show me. It's like Gervonta Davis with a counter punch. Until somebody show me they can stop it, guess what we gonna do? Run that clock down to 10 seconds.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley. Play action, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, 4th and 1, push, 4th and 1, Beverly shove. Go, So
I agree with you. You don't hear me rebuttaling nothing. You got 3 Pro Bowlers that are offensive linemen that's back on the team. Mm-hmm. I expect all of that to happen tonight. I have no rebuttal on it.
Mr. Marty, how you become a Cowboys fan and you from Philly, man? Talk to me.
That's a good question. And you know what? I'm actually going live on Facebook when I get off of here. And I'm going to retell the story because most people don't know how I'm from Philadelphia, born and raised, and I'm not wearing the same uniform and the same hat that you're wearing, Demon. We both from Philly. So I'm going to tell the story. But before I do that, I know my guy, H. Muhammad, he was waiting so long. I got a double salute to my guy. He's a day one supporter. Aaron H. Muhammad, he's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roller Tape Film Crew. H. Muhammad says this in the super chat. Manager Marty, I'm curious of how Victor Conte will represent clean boxing in this fight since he aided in exonerating Canelo from his positive test and not being able to give a date of Bud's last test. Now, Aaron, I was literally going to bring that last piece up in part 2. So I'm not going to do it now. But in part 2, we're going to deal with the testing. Because the last time I checked, Victor Conte, he posted a piece of paper that he always do when it comes to Devin Haney, but the dates were inconflicted on, there's a discrepancy with the dates. But when was the last time that happened? That wasn't recently. In fact, the documents say that Terence Crawford was tested in June for the Canelo fight. We're now a week away from the Canelo versus Terence Crawford fight, and we haven't heard anything else. We haven't heard anything else about Terence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez being tested. Nor did VADA put Terence Crawford on the website. So we're going to deal with that in part 2. Thank you for bringing it up, Aaron H. Muhammad. But part 2, in this same subject matter, Terence Crawford's performance being enhanced against Canelo. That's part 2. Might be on Monday. We might go live Monday on that one. So thank you again for that. Then we got my guy, man, double salute to him. Day one supporter, Fort Greene Pharaoh. He's a member of the channel. supervisor of the Road to Tape Film Crew, says this in the super chat. Salute, Manager Marty, and the chat. Then we have another super chat. Oh, no, I read this. My man, Jeremy Austin. Thank you again, Fort Green, and my guy, Aaron H. Muhammad. And somebody was in the background. Thomas Hill. Come on back up here. I think this is your first time here, Thomas Hill. Come on up here before we get off. He was in the background trying to get on. But while we waiting, I do want to answer that question. This is the first time I'm really public about this. So, how did I become a Dallas Cowboys fan? 30 years ago. Literally like 31 years ago. 31 years ago. Most people know this about me on YouTube. Some people don't. I'm from projects, born and raised, public housing, Philadelphia Housing Authority. Richard Island, by the way, Dean, you know where that is.
No, exactly.
One of the roughest neighborhoods in the late 80s, early and mid 90s. I'm from that. That's where I was born and raised there. Raised by a single mother. I am number 2 of 7 children. However, my father was not in my life, never raised me before. And there was one father in my whole projects. Now, you know this, Dean. Shaheed, you from Ohio, you know how it is in the projects. It's a whole lot of kids, right? In the projects, right? But whole lot of single mothers. But there was one father who was the father of my best friend in the whole entire neighborhood. And his father lived with my best friend's mom. They all was a family. And they were the only like real family in the whole entire projects. And my project stretched about 3 blocks. But the point that I'm making is he was the only father in the community. He was the father of the community. He started a soccer team. We played on that team. All the kids in the neighborhood. He started a flag football team. We played on that team. All the kids in the neighborhood. He started a baseball team. We played on that team, all the kids in the neighborhood. Because he was my best friend's dad, I had more privileges than all the other kids. In other words, I was one of the only kids that was allowed to go to their house to eat dinner with them. They took me in basically as a cousin, okay? And I noticed that my best friend and his dad, they both were Dallas Cowboys fans. And I don't know why that enamored me. I guess probably because my father wasn't in my life or whatever. But I really saw like that great camaraderie with them. And I'm talking about, I'm 10, 11 years old. And I see how close him and his dad is. And they watching the games on Sundays together. You know what I mean? Then they had me come over. And one day out of the clear blue sky, God rest his soul. He's been going from us since 2007. And his name was Mr. Clarence. We called him Mr. CJ. And I asked him, Mr. CJ, can I be a Dallas Cowboys fan like you and Jamil? And he told me yes. And ever since he told me yes, I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan ever since. So that's a real story. So it's like a more so of a sentimental value of honoring my relationship with not just my best friend at the time, but his dad. His dad that kind of took me under his wing. He was like the first man in my whole life. You know what I mean? So I just became a Dallas Cowboys fan because they were. And Mr. CJ told me yes, and that's the story. That's what it is.
Oh, that's interesting. That's how a lot of it happened. And you already know. For y'all that don't know, y'all, there are way more Cowboy fans in Philadelphia than y'all could probably. I know that's kind of hard to believe, but man,
it really is
by itself. Okay,
there
are plenty. I know in Philly too. It's crazy, right? There are plenty of Cowboy fans in this area, the surrounding areas. Shaheed, you know, it's Cowboy fans in Ohio. It don't matter where you are. Cowboy fans are.
My son is one.
Salute to your son. Double salute to him. He's a great mind, that young man.
Your son is one.
My son is one too.
How you deal with that, bro? How you deal with that? How that happen? How you let that happen?
There's a strange story since Marty gave one. I'll give one real quick. My cousin,
you a Cleveland Browns fan. You from Cleveland?
Love them. But yeah, I mean, I got pictures, you know, there's pictures that my second favorite team is the Philadelphia Eagles, because a lot of people don't understand why. Because my father he is a Philadelphia 76ers fan, as I am. That's my favorite. They'd be like, oh, you from Columbus, Ohio. But how you like the Philadelphia 76ers? That's my first favorite team. I'm a Dr. J, Julius Erving, Charles Barkley lover. You know what I mean? I've been loving them from day one since came into existence. The Cavs I don't like. I know I'm from Columbus, Ohio. We don't got a pro basketball team, but the Cleveland Cavs I don't like. It's the Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Lakers is how mine is. But with my son, I had a cousin that was murdered in '94, and we used to always battle, me, Cleveland Browns, and him, the Dallas Cowboys. You know, and I got a picture. I'll send it to you later. It's which wild because when he got murdered in '94, my son was born in '99, and my cousin used to say it's all about them Cowboys. So when my son was old enough to speak, you know, and get older, he would say to me, "It's all about them Cowboys," which was the strangest thing to me because where would he get that from? You know what I mean? And he came out a Dallas Cowboy fan, so that's how that came about. So we battle about Cleveland and Dallas.
You know what? And I'll tell you this. Even though Dean said there's a lot of Cowboys fans in Philly, we get the most.
Oh, it's worse for them.
Oh my God, it's bad. People can be Washington fans. They can be Giants fans. They'll get it. But Cowboys, woo! Philadelphia is going to give you H-E-double.
We don't care if you're a Giants fan from Philly or you're a Commanders fan. We do care if you are a Cowboy. That's
oh my gosh.
I mean, why is that? Is that because the rival? Because of the rival between the division rivalry?
You gotta understand, the Eagles has always been the Eagles have always been how the Cowboys are now. And what I mean is always good, but not good enough. We was like that for a long time. And the Cowboys fans had the gun. The Cowboys was on top of the world running the NFC East from the 70s. We talking 70s, 80s, 90s. This was a long time. This wasn't. And now we got the gun. And from what it looks like from Jerry and from the last 30 years, it's been a long time. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles since then, we've the ones that been to the Super Bowls and all of that type of stuff. So it's definitely a heated rivalry, but we don't mind a Dallas fan from Dallas. That's why KO, he deemed, bet me 100 push-ups. I said, brother, I love you. I don't even want to do that to you, fam. You don't take advantage. You don't take advantage of a kid. You don't bet a kid. You don't take advantage of them and knowing that it's okay. I said, but I will bet you 500 push-ups if y'all make it in the playoffs and y'all play us, because that's when it'll matter. But, you know, and I would love to just sit there on camera and watch KO just sit there and do that. Y'all know I'm petty. But the reason why it's like that is just like I said, it's the history behind it. So much bad blood. The two fan bases as well. Not saying New York Giants and Commanders don't have a great fan base, because honestly, the NFC East has the four best fan bases besides the Steelers. Manager Marty, give me another team like the Steelers and 49ers, maybe.
What, in the NFC?
No, I'm just saying as in the whole NFL that got like if you was ranking fan bases, the whole NFC would be in the top 10.
Yeah, NFC
notable.
Yeah, oh yeah, NFC East, no question about it.
No question about that. Like loyal fan base.
Yeah. You know now here's the thing. Like you gave credence to Knockout because he's from Texas. And I used to hear that all the time. You ain't never been to Dallas. You ain't never been there. I mean, people been saying that for 20-some years to me. And then guess what happened, Dean?
You moved.
I retired. You know, I used to drive for Scepter, Dean. I retired. I retired. But the point that I'm making is when I left Scepter, that was a big deal in itself when people found that out. I did 8 years over there. But the point is that when I did that, I moved to Texas, 2018, changing my life. So many different reasons why. That's not related to sports. But the point that I'm making is I would come back and forth to visit Philly. And I would tell all my former coworkers and friends and everybody, y'all can't use that no more. I live 15 minutes away from the stadium. Y'all can't use that. You ain't been there. You ain't lived there. You can't use it no more. So it's official, man.
Nah, man,
that's my team.
I'll give you a story because my cousin, he's from Philadelphia, but he went to the military young at 18. And he been in Texas since then, y'all. So my cousin, imagine being from Philly and then you move down Texas as an Eagles fan. My cousin talk kind of country now too, because he's been down Texas so long. He talks more like a Texan than he do a Philadelphian anymore. And it's crazy how that happens, but he was down there so long. Shaheed, my cousin is like 45, 46. So he's been down Texas since 18.
Yeah.
So you see
That's
what
the
I'm saying?
dialect. That's the
Yeah, his
dialect because he's
dialect.
been down there that long. Yeah, yeah.
His first wife was from Alabama. So imagine just being in a house like every day. Like that's all you around. And it's just as bad for him down there. Oh, down Texas, and you an Eagles fan. Look,
Oh yeah. Oh
listen,
yeah.
it's like you walked into a bar. My cousin told me one time he walked into a bar for Cowboys Eagles playoff games. As soon and there was a lot of Caucasian people in there, I might add, because them Caucasians, they love them Cowboys. Then they love them Cowboys now. Okay, he walks in there, and you know how they do on movies where the whole bar stop and look at you. He said in real life, he walked in there with his crew because a couple of his friends was visiting them that's from up here as well, with their Eagles gear on, and the whole bar, like the music stopped. And everybody just turned around and looked at them. My cousin and them said, I ain't gonna lie, I thought we was gonna get jumped in.
Yeah. It do sound like the music stopped. That's real. If your cousin told you that, that's real. Tell you a quick story. When I first moved down there, now remember, I'm from the East Coast. I'm a city boy. And my mama, when my mama used to cook grits, she let us eat sugar in our grits. I go down to Texas and I'm at this big diner and everybody's in there and everybody's eating breakfast. It seemed like when I picked up that sugar and start pouring it in my grits, I swear to you, it seemed like the music stopped. Everybody turned around and saw me putting sugar in my grits. And it was like, I was like, what's going, you all right? Is everything all right? What's going on? And somebody said, you eat sugar in your grits? And I'm like, yeah. They said, you're not from here, are you? I said, no, I'm from Philadelphia. And they said, oh, and everybody broke out laughing. But it do sound like the music stopped. Seriously. You know, when things, because it's a culture shock. You know, it's more slow paced down in Texas compared to what it is
Up here, yeah.
on the East Coast here. Everything is super, super big. And I'm going to tell you what I learned when I moved down there. They treat their high school football games like NFL games. I've never seen anything like this, Shaheed. I've never seen anything like this. I was invited to go to a football game down there, high school.
High school.
I was like, yo, where's all these people? It's like a big stadium. Like they are very serious about football in Texas. I learned that very quickly when I lived down there. And I've learned some other things as I, was down there as time progressed. But let me tell you something, man. Even though I'm in Philly, my heart is still in Texas. My heart and everything else that I've invested in is still in Texas. So I don't travel as much as I used to back then, back and forth. But that's my team. Let me get this super chat before we roll real quick. Double salute to my guy, Cooking with Frank. He's a day one supporter. Cooking with Frank in the super chat. Thank you for your support, Frank. Frank says these words: Bud has become great without fighting anyone great. I would have to slightly agree with that. I mean, because when I ask people about Errol Spence, Bud fans say that Errol Spence is not elite. They say they agree with Terence Crawford. You know when Terence Crawford said that Errol Spence is not going to the Hall of Fame, he basically just dissed Errol Spence. So my thing is, if Errol Spence is not elite, if him capturing 3 world titles is not sufficient to prove his talents, if that's not sufficient enough, then who else did Terence Crawford actually fight that was actually elite? I
Nobody.
know Terence Crawford told Canelo Ricky Burns. He told him Ricky
No.
Burns and Pistol, but
And
it
didn't
wasn't.
Canelo say who was that? And that was
Yeah,
his response. Didn't he say who was that?
yeah, he did.
First of all, Canelo said that he had an amateur fighter beat Victor Postol up in his camp in front of his eyes. That's what Canelo said.
He did say that.
Because I'm gonna tell you exactly what he said, Shay. He said nothing wrong with Victor Postol, great fighter, but no, guy in my camp beat him up, amateur fighter, good fighter, but he not elite. No, you fight nobody elite. He ain't. I mean, put it like this: Terence Crawford has fought nobody that's better than Triple G or Dimitri Bivol. I could just name 2 fighters. Floyd Mayweather's.
Yeah,
Miguel Cotto. See what I'm saying? And then we can even start getting into people like Danny Jacobs. Like, you don't even really want to Landy Lara. Has he fought anybody better than Landy Lara? Do y'all, like we said, y'all see what he's doing at 160 right now? I don't know too many 41-year-olds that have accomplished that.
Yeah.
Manager Marty, do you know that Landy Lara used to be on Knockout Kings back in the day? Landy Lara was on Knockout Kings back then on one of the first fight nights. Or if it wasn't Knockout Kings, it was like the first fight night. Lara was on the video games then.
Yeah, I played all them games back then. I don't remember seeing.
Yeah, Lara was on there then. So it's like, Lara, you got to think, Mr. Marty, remember when he first came out, Lara was supposed to be like that Cuban.
The top guy. Yeah.
Guy. So they put him in the video game because that was around the time. Lara been doing this like 20 some odd years, y'all. We talking almost 25 years now with Lara.
What do you think about? What do you think about when Canelo said to Bud, and this is for the both of y'all? I wanted to remember when he said you're nothing different. I've seen this before. Remember when he said that?
Yes.
I disagree with Canelo for the first time because Victor Conte is the difference in this. That's my outlook. That's my outlook. I don't know if you may agree or disagree, but what's different is Victor Conte.
Already stopped the Victor Conte fighter.
He stopped Caleb Plant. What you guys say about that?
Caleb Plant is not on that. He's not. He wasn't pushing Caleb Plant the way he was Devin Haney, in the way that he wasn't getting Caleb Plant's back the way that he got Devin Haney's back.
Yeah,
and he's not pushing. I mean, come on, man. Every time Victor Conte like the State Farm lady, man. Every time you mention SNAC or Marty mentions SNAC, he pops up.
He gonna pop up like Jake from State Farm.
Let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. But also ain't never seen nobody like Canelo or Eddie Reynoso. I'ma just say that. Bud ain't never been in there with nobody.
Hey, Shaheed. Well, then if that's the case, Shaheed, hey, Dean, if that's the case, then we got to leave it with the same thing that Bud Crawford said to Victor Conte, when Victor Conte told him he had to get Terence Crawford. He told Terence Crawford, I got to get Sean Porter's permission. If you want to be on SNAC, I got to get Sean's permission first. Sean calls his dad. This is all from Victor. I can play the tape. I still got it queued up. And Victor Conte told Sean, listen, I'm gonna give Terence the same stuff I'm giving you. I know y'all cool and all, but I'm gonna give him the same thing I'm giving you. You cool with that? Sean Porter calls his dad. Kenny says, all right, cool, no problem. Go ahead. Victor Conte gets back on the phone with Terence Crawford and say, Terence, I spoke with Sean Porter and his dad. They told me it's all good. SNAC versus SNAC. And Terence Crawford, I got to show my eyes for this last part, Demon Shaheed. Terence Crawford said, let the best man win. I'm still trying to figure out what did he mean by that? Because if what you said is true, Dean, Eddie Reynoso over there with Canelo and Victor Conte over there with Terence Crawford. Hey, whatever they doing, Dean, whatever they doing, let the best man win. That's all. Let the best man win.
Manager Marty, before I go, September 13th, I ain't saying what's going to happen. I ain't saying what's not going to happen. All I'm going to say is it's going to be all types of stuff in that ring.
Hey, let the best man win. Before you go, Shaheed and Demon, we'll close it. Band Up had a message for everybody because we're talking about football briefly. He had a message. You see it on your screen? That was from Band Up. He said, but y'all know my Seahawks is going to take it. You know he's from Seattle, Washington. That what Band Up said.
Manager Marty, I put the hat on like Hove when somebody say something like that, something that ain't. Look, I'm going to put the hat on like Hove. Just let it sit there. Yeah, okay. Matter of fact, I'll do you one better. I just want it covering my eye. I just want you to see it I don't want you nothing else. Just see this. All right. In Seattle, it rain a lot, and it's going to rain a lot on your parade this year. Okay, band up. Don't worry about that, band up. You might have a bad year because if Canelo lose the bud and then the Seahawks be trash, I just feel for you, brother. It's okay.
Well, I'll leave all three of y'all with something. Band up, Seattle Seahawks fan. Shaheed, you Cleveland Browns fan. And Dean, Philadelphia Eagles fan. I got a question for all three of y'all. And it's just one question. It has nothing to do with Terrence. It's just one question. And I'm going to show my face. Listen, if I do live tomorrow, I'm going to show my face. I ain't going to run. I ain't going to run. If we get embarrassed, then I ain't going to run. I'm going to show my face. But I do have a question. And just think about this. When we up on the score, when you look at the score, and we up by a touchdown. I didn't say we was going to win. I'm talking about somewhere in the game. When we up by a touchdown, I want you to just ask yourself this question.